Welcome back to Video Village. I'm Greg.
I'm Des.
And today we are starting the HBO series Band of Brothers. I have seen this series. Des has not. So we're going to start with Des. What do you know about this series and what do you think you know about the series?
I know the series came out after Saving Private Ryan. I think it went into development shortly after Saving Private Ryan. I feel like Spielberg is involved, but I feel like TomHanks is involved too.
They're both.
Okay,
They both are the EPs.
Okay. I know it has a cast that I'm going to recognize, so many people, because I remember seeing the trailers, but I just don't think I had HBO at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think I just missed it. And I mean, Saving Private Ryan was such a of a movie and just took you up and down. So, you kind of have to prepare yourself for that. I think that's just why I just never ended up watching it, and then days go by.
Okay, that's good. So I have seen this series. Dez's father served in the military. My grandfather and all of his brothers served in World War II. I did not serve. I have no military experience. So I've always been drawn to these kind of things. And in college, that my major was English and history, and I specialized specifically in Western European history and World War II. So when this is based on a book from Stephen Ambrose, which is called Band of Brothers, and that book blew up. It came out, I think, I don't know exactly when it came out, but I think it was like right around or right before Private Ryan. I'm almost positive that a lot of Private Ryan was based on a lot of Ambrose's work in terms of how the soldiers were, which is why there's a carryover into this. Stephen Ambrose, as a historian, is a little bit divisive within academics, not because he's not good at what he does, but because he tends to write his books for the people rather than academics. So he relies on a lot of firsthand information, a lot of, witness testimony that may or may not be...
Hasn't been confirmed.
Correct. So this focuses on a specific company within the 101st Airborne, which was a famed company in World War II. I'm not going to give any spoilers. I won't say anything. I'll save all of my historical comments for the end, but I will say it's very well received by veterans. I spent a lot of time in college working with veteran groups. I went to a very small school in the middle of nowhere that had a very loving VA with a lot of people who served in World War II. So I got to watch these episodes with some of those people. I got to watch Saving Private Ryan with some of the people that were actually on Omaha Beach. And so I'm attached to this. I'm going to try to keep my comments to myself and let Des experience it, and we'll talk about it in the outro. But the one thing you said, definitely you should keep in mind, if you blink, you're going to miss cameos. This is one of those, I was not in the industry when this came out. It was before whatever, but it was one of those shows that every single actor from age 20 to probably 35, regardless A through D list, went up for casting.
No.
Even people who don't get lines, you'll see in the background, are like, oh my, that's an Oscar winner. That's an Oscar nominee. That's, oh my, like, there's tons.
And I'm wondering how many of them too were like, oh, Tom, Steven, you're doing it. I just let me walk.
Some of them, I think now definitely could have done that, but some of these are before they blew up. So you'll see, like,
Those are fun.
Especially a couple that I'm thinking of specifically. But yes, you said it too. Tom Hanks, Spielberg produced this together. Hanks directs at least one episode. It's under Playtone, which is Tom Hanks's company.
I know.
Of course, yes, for that. So yeah, it was very much a passion project that they decided to do after Private Ryan. Other than that, we're going to get into it. We're going to start with episode 1, Currahee. Let's get into it.
By the way,
if you like what we're doing here, that was so smooth. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. We're trying to grow. We can't do it without you. If you really like what we're doing, consider joining our channel memberships, our Patreon memberships, where you get the full unedited reaction. You can watch it all. You get YouTube cuts earlier. You get access to polls, more influence in what we watch, and interactions with us. So yeah, now we'll start.
We were in a store, and a guy at the store told us to put our uniforms on. The USA is in a war with Japan.
Well, our country was attacked. It wasn't like Korea or Vietnam. We was attacked.
Who would like to volunteer for the Tank Corps? Who would like to volunteer for the Air Force? And then they said, who would like to volunteer for the Airborne? So we said, what the hell's the Airborne? Nobody ever heard of it.
We came from a small town, and 3 fellows in that town that were 4F committed suicide because they couldn't go at different time.
Yep. Guy said, well, you jump out of airplanes. You got all your Army equipment, and you jump out of airplanes. They said, go to hell. Nobody put up their hands, but you get paid $50 a month more. So that made it $100.
I did not expect it to start that way. So these are guys that were actually, this is what this is based on.
They're the real people. Yeah. It's amazing. It's so well done. Done with so much love.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That was, wow. Holy crap. Him. I knew he was in it from Homeland, right?
Yep.
Yes, I knew. I almost said it at the beginning. Scott Grimes.
Yeah.
Damian Lewis. Ron Livingston. Oh my. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was the only name I knew going into this besides one more, which you also knew. Well, two, I guess, with Donnie.
Schwimmer and Wahlberg?
Yeah.
What?
It's everybody. I'm telling you. I'm gonna have to credit check everybody.
Yeah, you are. There's so many World War II movies, obviously, but one of my favorites I used to love watching all the time was Memphis Belle.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing.
I watched that so many times. I love that movie. I had no idea Johnny Wahlberg was in this. And
Yeah.
David Schwimmer?
Yeah. Just all stars all around.
Blanking on his name right now, but I love him.
Yeah. And the director, Phil Alden Robinson,
Wow.
great director.
Good shot.
That was the cover of the book.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Oof. Okay.
Yeah. I think you're gonna enjoy this. I know it's weird to say
No, I
that
know.
about a war movie, but
I know. Yeah. Oh.
yeah. We know that date.
See, you're gonna know dates better than me. My chronology is gonna get all messed up.
Yeah. I can't imagine the butterflies and the nerves.
Easy company! Gather up around me! Now the Channel Coast is socked in with rain and fog. High winds on the drop zone. No jump tonight.
That sucks.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's his name?
Yeah. I don't know how you go back to focusing on anything.
Why don't you join the army?
Wait,
Yes.
name.
Michael Fassbender.
Such a baby face.
Yeah.
Damien, yeah.
I think it's clearing up.
It's so fun.
Think it's clearing up?
I love him.
Yeah.
How are your men?
They'll be fine.
5 o'clock in New York. 4 o'clock in Chicago.
Happy hour, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
happy hour. We'll go to Chicago. I'll take you there.
We'll see.
Actually, he's from there.
Oh. Oh, him.
712 days of that son of a bitch, and here we are.
Well, and now I know some of the people that made it to this date. This was in June 6th.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
okay.
one day before the jump.
You people are at the position of attention!
This is post Friends, too.
I think Friends is still happening. It's
Oh,
2001.
you're right. It's in
Yeah.
the middle of it.
Private Picante, have you been
didn't
blousing
watch
your trousers
Friends.
over your boots like a paratrooper?
No excuse, sir.
But you've got a long way to prove that you belong here. Your weekend pass is revoked. Name?
Lawrence Judge.
Dirt in the rear sight aperture. Pass revoked.
Oh, his name. Everybody's name's blanking me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the guy behind him. He's
Yep.
in every. Yeah. He was in 90210.
Yeah.
When did you sew on these chevrons, Sergeant Lipton?
Yesterday, sir.
Long enough to notice this. Revoked.
Sir.
Wow.
Name?
Malarkey, Donald G.
Malarkey. Malarkey slang for bullshit, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Rust on the butt plate hinge spring, private bullshit. Revoked.
Wow.
Rusty bayonet, Liebgott. You want to kill Germans?
Yes, sir.
Not with this. Now, thanks to these men and their infractions, every man in the company who had a weekend pass has lost it. Change into your PT gear. We're running Currahee.
I ain't going up that hill.
Hey, Connie, what are you thinking of?
Shut up, Lon, all right? He gigged everybody.
Yeah, well, you should know better. Let's go on the road, PT formation. Let's move. Let's go for Conte.
Yeah, he was ready.
You're not in your PT gear.
I asked you a question, Private.
Oh, easy company. Hey, while you're running, don't worry, we'll take your dames to the movies for you.
Yeah, good. They need some female company.
Up or down? What do we do? Do not help that man! Do not help that man! Do not stop! You have 13 minutes to get to the top of this mountain!
By that guy not going, did he basically just withdraw from being a paratrooper?
Yeah. If you wash out, yeah. 3 miles like this, they used to train up that mountain.
Where is this?
Georgia.
Come on, you can make it up there. Come on, Ellie, let's go. Come on, gun here. Come on, put you down there. Come on.
We are coming on 23 minutes. That may be good enough for the rest of the 506, but that is not good enough for Easy Company.
Did they really film it on location where there?
I forget if they actually did it in Georgia. I think they did a lot of this in England. I only say that because the mountain and all the big shots look CGI'd, so I don't know.
So this is Easy Company.
Mhm.
Is the only one called Easy Company?
Yeah, the 101st, and there's
Okay.
7 companies, I think.
Lieutenant Winters. Sir, we got 9 companies, sir. Well, how come we're the only company marching every Friday night?
Why do you think, Private Randleman?
Lieutenant Sobel hates us, sir.
Because he's training you to be the best.
Lieutenant Sobel does not hate Easy Company, Private Randleman. He just hates you.
Thank you, sir.
I want canteens out of belts with the caps unscrewed. On my command, they will pour the contents onto the ground.
I'm poor.
Wait, who was that?
Who is this?
Simon Pegg.
Why is there no water in your canteen? You drank from your canteen. Private Christensen, you have disobeyed a direct order. You will fill your canteen and repeat all 12 miles of the march immediately.
Oh.
What in the name of God are you doing with my company?
No excuse, sir.
You're making me look bad, Lieutenant. This is Easy Company, and under my command, this will be the first and finest company in this regiment. I want the names of 6 men, their infractions, and your disciplinary recommendation. Is that clear?
What infractions, sir?
Find some.
Them.
Sobel's a genius. I had a headmaster just like him in prep school. I know the type. Michelangelo's a genius. You know a man in this company who wouldn't double-time Currahee with a full pack just to piss in that guy's morning coffee?
It's not wrong.
Yeah, run over.
I hated those drills in football. Such a great cut.
Get to the wall! Jesus, what the hell is this? That's quick.
You have 50 minutes to the top and back, and I will be watching you.
Oh, that gear looks just so heavy. Awesome.
Oh.
Easy Company has the finest performance record in the entire 2nd Battalion.
Oh.
I believe every bit of that is thanks to you.
This guy
Congratulations, Captain Sobel.
Thank you, sir.
Real deal. Technical advisor for Private Ryan and many movies.
He's a damn good man. I was planning on giving him a set of these today. Why don't you do it?
Oh,
Damien?
wow. Yeah.
At some point I'll learn their names on the show.
Contraband. Non-regulation clothing. Contraband. This man had 200 prophylactic kits in his footlocker. How in the name of God was he gonna have the strength to fight the war? How is it?
Baby Peg.
What is this?
It's a can of peaches, sir.
Lieutenant Nixon thinks this is a can of peaches.
Contraband.
And your weekend pass is canceled. This is United States Army property, and I will not tolerate thievery in my unit. Whose footlocker is this?
Private Parks, sir.
Get rid of him.
Wow.
All weekend passes are canceled, officers included. Carry on. Lieutenant Winters?
Winners?
Mm-hmm. Dick Winters.
Do they use real names?
Yeah.
Colonel Sink has seen fit to promote you. As first lieutenant, you'll serve as my executive officer.
He did all of that first.
As a test of your organizational...
Oh God, you've got to let him go.
I am designating you mess officer for 14 days. Oh, and Dick, there's rain forecast tomorrow, so the company will have a light afternoon. I think a special meal before their afternoon off would be a welcome change of pace.
Oh God, it's gonna be terrible.
Oh, wow.
That's actually nice of him. Why?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These guys are packing it away.
Oh no, he's gonna make them run. Oh God, we're gonna have spaghetti puke. Oh no.
Spaghetti ain't supposed to be orange.
This ain't spaghetti. This is army noodles with ketchup.
Yeah.
Orders changed! Get up! Lectures are canceled! Easy Company is running up Currahee!
Oh God, this is gonna be so disgusting.
3 miles up, 3 miles down! Hi-yo, Silver!
He's gotta go too, though, right?
Yeah. I signed it in that.
Oh, I knew it! Oh!
We should pack up those ears and go home! Looks like
Wow. Pack up those ears.
you look tired! There's an ambulance waiting for you at the bottom of the hill!
He's in a full suit, too.
Yeah.
Like,
All upon the rises.
Schwimmer must have loved this.
It's so different. Yeah.
So different.
On the grass, we never land.
I mean, this is nothing compared to what they're gonna be dealing with, so it makes sense that he's doing it.
This will be the first of 5 exits from a C-47 aircraft scheduled for today. Upon successful completion of your 5th and final jump, you'll be certified Army Paratroopers.
5, only 5.
Yeah.
Whew.
Be a lot of men dropping from the sky today. Hopefully,
Who's breaking their
under
leg?
deployed canopies. Jumping from 1,000 feet AGL.
That seems low.
Yeah. I mean, it's lower than you would in a civilian skydive.
That seems like a really early time for the chute to open. Why does Schwimmer look nervous? Doesn't he? He's already doing this. He's training them.
Yeah, but this is his getting his wings too. He doesn't have them yet. There wasn't time because it was war.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah, and it's still a new.
He's still talking about it. He's leading everybody like he knows his shit. Oh my, really?
Yeah.
How's he training all these people saying, you just broke your legs if he's never even done it himself? What?
Just from the book.
Any refusals in the aircraft or at the door, and I guarantee you, you will be out of the airborne.
I don't want to be one. I can tell you that.
The shots of them doing it is very cool.
I want the behind the scenes of this so bad.
4,000, 5,000, 6,000,
They gotta leave this finally.
Yeah, that was their final jump. Yeah, they get their pin. Finally gets to do it.
If you had any class or style like me, someone might mistake you for somebody.
You mean like your fucking sergeant?
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Martin.
It's awesome.
No meaning in my company. Are those dusty jump wings?
It's a pretty good Schwimmer.
Good evening, Easy Company. Now, parachute infantry is a brand new concept in American military history. I want you to know that I'm damn proud of each and every one of you. So I want you to have fun and remember our motto, Currahee! Currahee!
Georgia to North Carolina. That shot is great.
We're in the wrong position.
Textbook position for ambush, sir. I think we should sit tight. Let the enemy team come into our killing zone. Let's just get them. Sir, we have perfect cover here.
Lieutenant, deploy your troops.
Okay, Schwimmer's dying.
Move out. What? Tactical column.
They're all like, what?
Dumbass.
Yeah.
Captain, you've just been killed, along with 95% of your company. Your outfit?
Easy Company, 2nd Battalion, 506.
Lieutenant Lewis Nixon. Lieutenant Harry Wells, just in from the 82nd. What's up?
Hearing a lot of rumblings.
Sobel?
He gets a little jumpy in the field.
He gets jumpy and then you get killed.
And the plane.
Absolutely.
Try to hide it a little bit.
Yeah.
2nd platoon ready?
Ready, sir.
Then get them in formation. We're moving out.
Yep. Everybody was talking about you.
You gotta admit, he's got no chance. Either the crowd still get him, or one of us.
Wow.
Well, you know, I'm always fumbling with grenades. Easy if one went off by accident, you know?
Now, they must have put him in charge for a reason.
Yeah, because the Army wouldn't make a mistake, right, Shift?
Yeah, that's a problem.
The guy's following you won't follow you.
Going my way? Wherever the train takes me. Where do you suppose that might be? Atlantic, Pacific, Atlantic?
I'm not the intelligence officer.
That's right, you are, Nix.
Well, as such, I of course know, but I told you I'd have to kill you.
He wants to.
England. We're invading Europe, my friend.
They didn't even tell them.
Since when do I drink?
Was Damian Lewis British?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, a lot of people, when they were getting shipped out, didn't know if you were going east or west. People would much rather go to Europe.
And I had a case of a Bat 69 hidden in your footlocker. Really?
Oh, yeah.
Soon your son will drop from the sky to engage and defeat the enemy. Signed, Herbert M. Sobel, Captain, commanding.
I love how quiet it is. They're just all taking it in.
My dad said when they landed in Vietnam, or when they landed back in the States, when they were on the descent, it got real quiet.
I bet.
And then as soon as they hit the ground, just roars.
My brother's in North Africa. He says it's hot.
Really? It's hot in Africa?
Shut up. Once we get into combat, the only person you can trust is yourself and the fella next to you.
Long as he's a paratrooper.
What if that paratrooper turns out to be Sobel?
I like Winnis. He's a good man. But when the bullets start flying, I don't know if I want a Quaker doing my fighting for me.
How do you know he's a Quaker?
He ain't Catholic.
Neither Sobel.
Yep.
That prick's the son of Abraham.
They're just bored. They're too tight.
Get your nose out of my face.
What's all that about?
Religion.
Fighting over Sobel. That's smart.
Yep. That would be me. Those two dudes. Just trying to stay out of it. Beautiful.
Wow. Gorgeous.
No! You want to kill him! Two basic types of fighting positions. The first is a prepared position. Commence fire!
Moves over here. He's then gonna close with and kill or capture that German.
For ear protection. I don't know how any of them got through the war with being able to hear anything.
Sobel's late.
His coat. Yeah, his jacket cracks me up.
Why is there a fence here?
You went the wrong way.
There should be no fence here. Give me the map. Pakani, Luz, get the men, get them, take cover behind those trees.
Yep.
We could go over it, sir.
Trying so hard to do an American. It's great.
The goddamn hell out.
Sobel's lost again, right?
Yeah, he's lost.
Again.
Can you do Major Whatton?
It's a wild bear crap in the woods, son.
Maybe the good major can goose this smuck.
Oh, yeah, yes. Luz, you got it. You got it. Come on.
He's gonna impersonate someone?
Section?
No, sir, it's here. You're full grid off.
Is there a problem, Captain Sobel?
Who said that?
I think it's Major Horton, sir.
You can't even say it with a straight face.
Major Horton, what is he? Did he join us?
What is the goddamn holdup, Mr. Sobel?
A barbed wire fence!
Oh, that dog just ain't gonna hunt. Now you cut that fence and get this goddamn platoon on the move!
It's pretty good.
Oh, shit. He's gonna cut the fence.
Oh my goddamn
Cows
wire
are gonna get out. Oh, he's gonna get in so much trouble.
We have to move.
Sir, without Captain Sobel and 1st Platoon?
We improvise. Hook right with 1st Squad. Tell Gardner to move left with 2nd. I'll be right up the middle with 3rd. Go.
Just like that. I love this guy.
Any more?
You've done it now, Yanks. You've captured me.
Wow.
Why
Would that be the enemy?
As a matter of fact, yes.
Good work, 2nd Platoon. We took the objective.
Yeah. Way late.
Who was the idiot who cut that man's fence?
I was ordered to, sir.
By who?
Major Horton, sir.
Major Horton is on leave in London.
Yeah. Oh, they're so dead.
Lieutenant Winters.
His American kills me.
With Captain Sobel's compliments, sir.
Oh, God.
Now, for crying out loud. Misspelled court-martial.
He misspelled it.
I followed your orders to the minute.
I changed the time to 09:45.
No one told me, sir.
Irregardless, when given a task to perform by a ranking officer, or to let such a failure of duty by my own XO go unpunished, what kind of message is that to the men? Your options are quite simple, Lieutenant. Stand before me at attention.
Wow.
Or you may initiate a letter of appeal and request a trial by court-martial.
Not a good card player.
Be a man, take the punishment.
May I borrow your pen, sir?
Request court-martial.
I request trial by court-martial.
We lost Winters to battalion mess.
Wow.
Well, let's try to figure out the procedures for his court-martial.
Well, Nixon better find a loophole to get him out.
And if he don't, Winters scrambles eggs while the rest of us make the big jump with Sobel.
So we're going through with this, right?
Gotta do something.
Yeah. But we'd all better be clear of the consequences.
I don't care.
Oh, God, they're gonna sit down and they're not gonna listen to Sobel.
We could be lined up against a wall and shot.
Yep. And this actually happened.
Really?
I will not follow that man into combat.
It's all the NCOs. Non-commissioned officers.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I was like, I know this. I just read a book and I just reminded myself this. Oh, they're writing a letter.
I hereby no longer wish to serve as a non-commissioned officer in Easy Company.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't they say the name of the person?
I think that's enough to get the point across.
All right, boys.
I mean, I'd be scared to follow him into. Good idea to cast a familiar actor in that role because you do kind of feel bad.
There's nothing less than an active mutiny while we prepare for the goddamn invasion of Europe.
Yeah.
Sir. Turn in your stripes, collect your gear. You are hereby transferred out of my regiment.
Someone had to take it.
All of you NCOs have disgraced the 101st Airborne. You can consider yourself lucky that we are on the eve of the largest action in the history of warfare, which leaves me no choice to spare your lives. Now get out of my office and get out of my sight.
Well, what happens now?
That's a great shot. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
So the men would never do this, but I believe just a few of the sergeants may have felt their loyalty lay more to the platoon than to the company.
And these few sergeants convinced all of the other NCOs in your company to turn in their stripes?
As staff sergeants, they have a great amount of influence, sir. The rest are good men. I know them. I can work with them.
This business of the Winters court-martial has been an unpleasant distraction.
Indeed it has, sir.
However, your command of Easy Company has been exemplary. In fact, I believe you've fielded one of the finest companies of soldiers I've ever seen. Division has established a parachute training school at Chilton Foliot. Frankly, I can't think of anyone more qualified to command such a school than you are.
Yeah.
Sir?
I'm reassigning you to Chilton Foliot.
I'm losing Easy Company?
Yep. It's the nicest way they could have done it.
Who will be replacing me?
Lieutenant Meehan from Baker Company is senior. Good luck at Chilton Foliot, Herbert.
You get promoted and fired in the same move, pretty much.
Those who can't teach.
Exact 100%. We'll have a good talk in the outro.
Yeah.
Because even the men were divided on whether he was doing that intentionally or not. Like, to make them hate him to unify, or whether it was just his way. Yeah. What a jerk. Getting closer.
Is all this real? Yeah. A few lads, actually, so I can get your mince pies from some of this Jerry Clobber, if you know what I mean. Not really.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
You got a Luger? I'm dying to get my hands on a real Luger. Yeah, go on in.
Oh, no. This does not seem like a good idea to me.
Boy, she sure is a doozy. Hey, Penny! Hey, mate!
Yeah.
Still revving a bar 50 finger half-inch in that.
The Cockney rhyming isn't for him. He doesn't understand a word.
Christ, Dick, I was just shooting crap through the...
You're gambling, bud.
So what? Soldiers do that.
What if you'd won?
Yeah.
Never put yourself in a position where you can take from these men.
Lieutenant Meehan?
Answer.
On the last training jump, I had a compass. Close the flap.
Yep.
Then another left. Call it 358 for 10.5 minutes.
That's great.
Linear distance on the grid of about...
Yep.
It's Normandy.
Seaborne infantry will hit these beaches in force. Airborne's objective, gentlemen, is to take the town of Quarantaine, thus linking Utah and Omaha into a single continuous beachhead.
Omaha and Utah into one continuous beachhead.
It's great to see how they do it.
Yeah.
Study these sand tables, maps, and reconnaissance photos until you can draw a map of the area by memory. Now, we will drop behind this Atlantic wall 5 hours before the 4th Infantry lands at Utah.
5 hours where you're completely surrounded.
There's a German garrison right here in this area. Easy Company will destroy that garrison.
Charms, candy, powder, coffee, sugar, matches, compass, bayonet, entrenching tool, ammunition, gas mask, my webbing, my 45, Hawkins mine, 2 grenades, smoke grenade, gamma grenade, TNT, this bullshit.
Yep.
You know, they're stuck wasting as much as I do. I still got my shoot, my reserve shoot, my May West, my M1.
This was a crazy decision in real life.
I can use some brass knuckles.
They added these drop bags that they had to tie to their leg to jump out with all that stuff in it. So all of a sudden, an extra 100 pounds of weight that they didn't train with.
Give Floyd, give him hell. It's from Chief of the Kokomo Police Department, right? Whoa, you gotta love cops.
Listen up! You did not sign your GI life insurance policy. Boys, don't let your families miss out on $10,000.
Wow.
They shouldn't have to sign it. That should just be an automatic.
Especially in this war.
Garner's brother in Italy? Killed in Monte Cassino.
Well, I'm sure he doesn't know.
What do you think I should do?
Don't tell him.
I tell him.
Oh.
I don't know if I would.
I don't know.
Why are they springing these things on us now?
Yeah.
Does anybody have any idea how the hell this thing works? Tonight is the night of nights. Today, as you read this...
Yep, all the fun goes away.
That's why they gave us ice cream.
Yep.
Easy, company! Listen up! No jump.
Wow, okay, we're back here.
Invasion has been postponed. We're on a 24-hour stand down.
This is quite a surprise.
Not particularly.
I wish I knew the movie. I don't.
4F.
You look 1A.
Hey, you don't look so bad yourself.
Dearest Johnny.
Something happened to
Got the wrong goddamn jacket.
That's one way to do it.
Oh no.
Nobody dancing.
It's his brother.
Bill Garnier's brother.
What a way to find out.
This reminds me of Saving Private Ryan, where we don't know a lot about Tom Hanks, so we don't know a lot about Winners.
I don't know for sure, but I always felt that they based the Tom Hanks character on Dick Winters.
Okay.
I don't know if that's real, but yeah. So they go in the night before. They can't even move.
Johnny. Took your jacket by mistake.
You read it?
Where the fuck is Monte Casino?
I don't know. At least some way. Sorry about your brother, Bill.
Sorry for my mom. He was,
Her favorite.
Let's get this over with.
He's highly motivated now.
Bill? I'll meet up with you over there.
Second platoon, listen up. God bless you. I'll see you in the assembly area.
It's a leader.
Wow.
Yeah. They can't even get up the stairs with those new bags. It's crazy.
Oh, so the card around them was the plane that they had aboard.
I can't imagine the anxiety and fear and just angst to get it over with. And I forget, I think this was like the most collection of those planes still left.
So just to be clear, they have been training. They have not actually been in combat yet.
Nope.
And they're on the biggest mission.
Mm-hmm. In the history of war.
And holy, I just always figured it was people that had done like a couple, you know?
Yeah. Well, the troops that are landing on the beach have been fighting. Some of them.
But
the paratroopers,
they've got a big part to help the ones that are coming.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh my.
I'm pretty sure they're all real planes. They use some CG later, but these are all real. Look at how they move. It's so cool. They almost take off sideways.
Man, if I had been a dude around the time that this was being shot, I would have been like trying to find a way to like, dear Mr. Spielberg, dear Mr. Hanks. Especially like if I had had a family member, I'd just want to be there to represent my family.
Yeah, I'm sure that happens.
Yeah. This music's interesting.
It's like triumphant, but wow.
Like how many total were dropped?
I don't remember the numbers. I'll look up the specific number and put it up here because I have it. This is last hour's letter. I was so mad when this episode ended when I saw it live.
Upon you.
And we're back. We just finished episode 1 of BandofBrothers. First thoughts.
I'm in for it. I knew you said it was based on a book, but I didn't realize it was really these guys and he's using real names.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no idea that they were going to start off with those guys in it.
Yeah.
That hit real quick. At first I was like, oh my gosh, like why would you? Because I was like, get me into the 40s and like get me there. But no, like all the and I find it real interesting. I've tried to figure out who those guys are, and I'm sure you know who they are because you've seen it. And I'm like,
I know for sure 3 of them, but I don't know one of them.
so it's kind of interesting that they decided to start in June of 44 and then cut back to it because now I know I'm like, okay, Well, at first I thought, I'm like, oh, well, now I know who lives. I didn't realize, well, the reason why I know who lives is because they haven't fought at all by the time I've seen them. They've been just training.
Yeah.
Now I realize that they didn't fight. So that was an interesting choice and cut as well.
I will say, I was saying it towards the end. I was upset at the end of the first episode purely from a audience perspective. I was waiting for D-Day. I thought D-Day would happen.
I would have not been able to handle this as a weekly.
It was tough. I enjoyed it watching it in its initial run. I've enjoyed it much more watching it how we're going to watch it.
Sometimes to really get the full scope of it, you have to see it multiple times.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why people love to watch reactions too, to see like things that they've missed or see if people picked up on what they picked up on so many times of seeing it.
I don't know how many times I've seen this. It hasn't been a ton, but I've seen it enough times that I surprised myself. This time, I didn't realize Simon Pegg was in that first shot that when I pointed him out initially, I didn't think he showed up until they got to England. So it's like, I realized, oh my God, he's in the background of every shot. Let's get into Sobel a little bit and Schwimmer. When this was on, I had not seen any Friends. I've since seen Friends, but like I had not seen, I waited until the pandemic to watch all of Friends. Like I'd seen episodes here or there, but so I had no attachment to Ross or anything, but I knew who he was from clips and whatever,
and you've done a
commercials.
couple of movies.
Sure. And he'd always played the same kind of dude. So playing this guy, I was so confused. I was like, how is he going to be in this show? Because he was the one that was publicized. He was the big star for the pilot. It wasn't Damian Lewis because he wasn't Damian Lewis at that time. It was Tomhanks, StevenSpielberg, and DavidSchwimmer. Like that was it. And it was so weird. But he was great in what might be the toughest role in the book in terms of the real life character because Sobel is so divisive. It is a real guy. All of that is real. The stuff with like when they were crawling under with the pig guts, that's something Sobel really did and used to piss people off. He got in trouble for it, but well, that's what you're going to be dealing with in combat. So like so much of what he did,
which is
worked.
Interesting. He knew that not having been in combat. So his mind, I mean, as divisive as he could have been, like that's not a bad thought.
It's like Nick said in the show. He's like, I had a headmaster just like him. Like, who wouldn't, double time Currahee just to piss in his coffee? But the big debate is whether he did it intentionally or not. And
I hate to ask the question. I'm not going to ask the question because I can't. But like, clearly he really talked to these guys. So it's curious to know who was still around by the time he got to this. So I can't ask you like, oh, did he interview? Because then that gives away who. It
was a great entry point into this world. The guy that was there, like I pointed out, I think his name is Dale.
With the great mustache.
Great mustache and great voice. I forget what branch he actually served, but he's a Vietnam era guy. He pops up, I think Saving Private Ryan was the first time Spielberg used him. And then he was everywhere in Hollywood. Like he made cameos in Entourage, like talking about who he really was. I think we just go right into the second one.
I'm going to freaking lose it at some point.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
All right. We're going to go right into episode 2. Oh, while she does that, I'm going to say like, comment, subscribe down below. Des is still here. Do it. Love you guys. Bye.